is a moment in the movie Smile. Do you guys remember the Pop-Tart jump scare in Silent Hill Revelations? It was like, a Pop-Tart comes out. Mm-hmm. In Smile, they do the same thing with a can of cat food opening. Scary. Happy Halloween. Hello.
That'll do.
Good start.
That'll do, mate.
Keep going. Do it live.
No, that'll do. We're keeping that one.
This story is Jeff the Killer versus Jane the Killer, audio play. Jeff the Killer versus Jane the Killer. Original story concept written by Lango Mausoleum. Scripted and adapted to audio by Mr. Creepypasta. Amazing.
Remember, no more laughing. This is very serious.
Scene 1. Prologue. Creeper music.
Right. Is this... What?
Not moving into a Jeff theme yet. Narrator speaks. Apparently Jeff has a theme song. Presumably it's Arctic Monkeys. I think that's.
I was going to say it's a sound of failure, but you beat me to it.
It's like, oh, the boys are slag.
This monkey's gone to heaven.
Toby cannot remember any songs.
Yeah, I was going to
no.
This monkey's gone to the Arctic. He's in the Arctic. He's a monkey. Why do people keep buying me records?
Oh my god, I can't. Is that Arctic Monkeys or is that somewhere around the same?
Who the fuck cares?
That's Kaiser Chiefs.
Same thing.
The county morgue can be pretty grim. Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's a morgue.
I mean, it was grim, and then they brought the bouncy castle in. Really lightened the place up.
Well, it was a part of a very misjudged scheme to liven up the county morgue. They first had the coroners dressing up like clowns. The county morgue can be a pretty grim and depressing place. Especially on a slow, boring day.
With nobody dying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God!
God!
I can't stand all these live people.
Even the simplest thing as a routine autopsy.
Yes.
No, you can't write. Can produce results so shocking that a seasoned mortician can have their lunch jump back into their throats. Before the mortician lay an average height, lanky, pale man. So was he average height or was he lanky?
Yeah.
The skin of his face is pulled... Oh, okay, so we're doing this business of jumping around between the past and the present.
Oh, you
Okay,
can't tell.
I always enjoy these in stories.
Yeah.
The skin of his face is pulled impossibly tight from scarring. His eyes stared, blankly at the ceiling, never able to close. His mouth is permanently ripped.
We got fireworks going off in the background.
You know, like a few days before, a week before Halloween is always the perfect time to let fireworks.
Yeah, fuck it. You know, it's November 5th somewhere, right?
No.
No.
Oh.
It's maybe my birthday.
Well, I'm going to drink anyway, so fuck off.
Big if true.
You were drinking, in case you weren't aware.
I think they can tell by the fact that we haven't even made it through the first paragraph.
Shut the fuck up, Matt. Stop pointing it out.
I like the spirit of camaraderie on this show.
Yeah. It's all love.
This is Jeff, also known as Jeff the Killer. And you're wondering, why is Jeff dead? I actually couldn't give two shits, but perhaps I'm not the target audience. It could be argued that his killing sprees had finally brought an end to him. The police finally closed the case of the most twisted mass murder the world has ever seen. So it didn't close the case, they closed a case of the most twisted. So they probably have several cases about the most twisted. Mass murder. So not mass murderer, but mass murder that the world has ever seen. Mm-hmm. So what? Jeff the Killer's not a serial killer. He just killed like 20 people all at once or something. Like what?
Or one really big guy.
He was a shooter.
Maybe the guy he just kept killing really fat people. They were mass murders.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Or maybe he was shooting people up in church.
Oh, I get mass.
Yes, yeah. I get it. Very, very witty.
Anyway, guys, if you ring the bell, you'll enable notifications, and you'll never miss an upload.
You'll never miss any of this.
Only 80% of
I don't
you.
want to miss any of this.
Maybe Karma stepped in and sealed his fate. All are true. What?
What?
Can you read that again?
What? Yeah. Maybe Karma stepped in and sealed his fate.
You're wondering why... It could be argued that his killing sprees had finally brought an end to him. The police finally closed the case of the most twisted mass murder that the world has ever seen. Maybe Karma stepped in and sealed his fate. All are true.
Maybe both.
Oh, no, that's meaningless. Okay, cool. Homicide. Plain and simple. Cause of death. Severe blood loss due to disembowelment.
And my character is called Coroner 2. No man can die in a burning building and not get burned alive, Frank. And we're still calling the coroner.
I mean,
coroner
they
instead of
can.
Frank.
Even though we know his name's Frank, yeah.
Okay, so
Look at the guy's face, Ellie. Does he look like a man anymore to you?
music.
Fade out of piano music, fade up to Sweet Dreams.
Oh, so
Oh,
do you know
made
what?
of me, who am
So,
I?
I figured-
Sweet
So
Dreams.
green.
Yeah, sweet dreams. Is that the song? Is that what?
So I figured it out. So the
It's
person
the 80s, and we're scared of the robots.
feed up to
It's sound EKG, so it's like a beep, beep. You know when you were
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
Maui?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you said when I was fucking Maui. That's not what happened.
you were fucking Maui.
I think the pizza might be here, boys.
No, it's not. It's just people walking past being bastards and making me think that the pizza's here.
Patient. Hey man, are you awake?
Yeah, I am.
Hey you're finally awake.
What?
Can't sleep. I never could in a hospital bed like this.
That's what it says.
Yeah, I know.
That's the sound I make when I wipe my
It
ass.
just sounds like fucking
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, sorry. Well, hey, what happened to you anyway? I mean, why the bandages all over your face?
Because I'm invisible.
He is the mummy.
I was burned.
Jesus, man. That has to fucking suck. How?
It'd be great if you went with fire. There was, I was in a
Fire.
fire.
It was actually ice. It was really weird.
Doesn't matter anymore, you know. What about
Because
you?
I don't want to explain the bleach thing.
Oh,
What about
man.
you?
Oh, man. I don't have any burns, but you probably can't see that, huh? I had a bit of a car wreck.
It affected the speech sensors of my brain.
Yes, I took an injury to my
I
head.
had a bit of a car wreck. No, that's not right. Stroke. It was a stroke.
It was a stronk.
Got my
yeah.
leg caught and broke it, so I'm wired up to this bed. I say I'm fine, but the doctors want to keep me in. Oh.
So you can't move at all?
What? No, I'm kind of stuck to the lifting thing and the heart monitor. Why?
Good.
What are you doing? Should you be getting up? You're a burn victim, man.
What was the thing where we read where a woman? No, remember when like a 40-year-old housewife kicked Jeff in the dick?
Yeah, yeah.
We were reading like it's like Lou's book or something, was it?
You're ringing something in my mind.
Homicidal Leo.
It's like Homicide because it was the book. It's like it had to do a book report. Remember that?
Have you ever seen a burn wound before on someone's face?
Holy fuck, what are you doing? Nurse! Nurse!
Why does everyone scream at me face? Doesn't anyone find it beautiful anymore?
Are you crazy? You can't do that to an IV. You're gonna kill me. You'll kill me.
A perfect IV Pokemon? No, you can't do that to me.
Did you ever have that little feeling that you know you really shouldn't do something, but you really just can't help yourself?
Blowing.
No! No! Help!
Go to sleep. Sound, the dying muffled moan of a male patient.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that was a male patient.
Yeah, so it didn't actually say what he did. So I like to imagine that Jeff the Killer, whose body is his body is mostly burned except for his gigantic fat ass. So he just sat on his face and smothered him with his colossal fat cheeks and killed him that way.
I bet I could find that picture like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not disagree with you.
Doctors and nurses found the patient with a piece of duct tape over his mouth to prevent him from screaming or calling for help. The poor man's stomach had been ripped open by what the coroner's report would later reflect: someone's bare hands. Finger painted above his bed in red. This should be in quotations, I think. I'll be waiting, go to sleep. Sound, fading out sweet dreams. Right, can somebody else be the narrator for a bit, just while I rest my throat?
Chobi.
Chobi! Jeff walked down the empty streets on the outskirts of this town that he had not visited in years. His hometown. Memories began to conflict with the feeling that constantly dominated his mind. Jeff had come to love the feeling. It was a subtle pulling now. A small tugging at the back of his mind, reminding him that he had something to focus on.
A moped.
A mogus.
that soon he would need to spill more blood. He walked along the sidewalk past the bus stop. This was the same bus stop that he had a fragmented memory of. A sound of wheels on concrete, a bully, knives. The feeling was growing stronger.
The feeling was pizza.
The feeling was pizza, it was good pizza. But the fragmented memories were coming together. Jeff remembered Randy.
Randy!
More accurately, Jeff remembered the hatreds that he had for the boy. Randy had destroyed Randy had destroyed his family, his face. Randy had broken him. Randy was to blame. Randy was to blame. Jeff would have killed him again if it were possible. Jeff stopped. He was home. He noticed a condemned sign posted by the city on the door. The house looked vacant and derelict from the outside, but Jeff picked up the key they had always kept under the rug, which was now covered in a blanket of dust, and dirt and dust. Jeff entered the house. If Jeff was the first one to get home before his parents or brother did, he always let himself in with the spare house keys his folks got for him, which came in handy for him. Thank you for paying for him twice there. He looked around the house. Everything seemed preserved, as if he had just left the house the day before. Not a single thing had been moved or taken down.
No, it was actually not a single thing had been moved or
Move.
taken.
I'm just trying to make
You're,
this story
what we've done is
better,
for your
yeah.
brain's auto-correcting the shitty
Yeah.
spelling. It's good to know, oh, hey, this house is... No one's come here and repossessed anything, moved,
Fight or flight response, this is. Jeff fought back the urge to call out to his parents.
Oh, wait, I killed them! Oh, silly me.
He knew that he would not be getting a response. He saw to that all those many years ago.
Do you think someone's done spin-off? You know, like you did Luke, there's Jay and the Killer and Luke, Homicidal Luke. Do you think there's ones for his mum and dad as well?
Probably not. The moonlight from outside beamed in through Jeff's kitchen and faintly illuminated the counter and living room. The TV and furniture remained undisturbed. Even the plastic plants, which added a civilized touch to the museum that was Jeff's past life. Jeff expected the power to be out in the entire house, but to his astonishment, the digital alarm clock in Liu's old bedroom glowed an eerie blue, showing the correct time and current date.
Seems
How
unlikely.
convenient.
Yeah, it doesn't say how long. I don't think it said how long he's been away, but he's been away so to the point where he's apparently the most infamous serial killer on the entire planet, and they haven't shut off the fucking electricity in his old house.
To be fair, the alarm clock could run on batteries.
This is some
Batteries haven't
fucking
been
good batteries.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never owned I've never owned a digital clock. I have owned a Sega Game Gear.
It lasted 3 hours.
Flashback with Echo. Just go to sleep, sleep, sleep.
You sound like you're about to nod off.
Was what Jeff heard in his mind echoing, becoming faint as he remembered everything that happened? A part of him just wanted to cry over the loss of his brother, but another part of him, the feeling, felt no remorse. As Jeff was about to explore the rest of the house, he came across his dad's liquor cabinet and pulled out a bottle of whiskey. A stubby glass, and began drinking. Who would go through all this trouble to not have the power shut off? Doesn't the city order a house which is condemned to have its power cut off and its water
Stop pointing out the
discontinued?
plot holes, Jeff.
Jeff thought. Jeff's mind could register that something didn't seem right, but twitching and shaking to put the pieces together. The feeling held any deep cognition at bay. Already it was 3:50 a.m.
It is 3:50 a.m. right now.
We are in Jeff's
I'm
house.
in Jeff's house. Oh, if I spin this video, then you subscribe to me.
As Jeff sat in the dark, in total silence.
Jeffrey! Is that you, honey?
Jeff recognised that voice. It was soothing and gentle.
Yeah, it was absolutely soothing and gentle.
All too familiar. The glass shattered to the ground. In a flash, Jeff had his knife withdrawn from his pocket, pointing it at the woman who was the first person to startle him since he was a teenager. His gaze remained fixed on her face. He knew what he was seeing was impossible. He remembered, albeit in pieces, what had happened 11 years ago. He remembered murdering his parents, and yet this woman's warm and smiling face beamed back at him. It was Jeff's mum, Margaret.
Thatcher.
Mummy!
Jeff spoke, as though he were a frightened child who just got out of a nightmare.
I mean, if Jeff was in any sense intimidating, him saying "mummy."
I know.
I mean, but he's not, because we've seen like a middle-aged housewife kick him in the dick, like he was sending mixed messages.
Jeff spoke as though he were a frightened child who just got out of a nightmare and sought comfort from his mother.
Yes, baby, it's me.
So soothing.
Mummy, step on me, Mummy.
Her words burrowed. His penis burrowed. Her words burrowed through Jeff's black heart. He seemed to remember.
I thought you were. You.
It's okay, my sweetie. You were just having a bad dream. Mummy's just fine, see?
Now crying. I didn't mean to do anything to you or Dad. I'm sorry, Mummy. I'm sorry.
Oh, hi, Margaret. Jeff, your father and I know you too well. Your father and I know you too well. We know you would never do anything to hurt us. The only thing you've ever killed us with is your kindness.
Kindness is the name of his knife.
Say kindness, that and sharp weapons.
And sharp weapons.
We survived the edged weapons. Jeff, tears falling from his eyes, which had long remained dry and near lifeless, looked over his mother's face.
Really?
Really?
No!
I'm gonna go check on your brother and I'll come tuck you in. You just finish your drink and go have a lay down on the couch, son. You had a long night.
It's like you're doing a shitty Marge Simpson's impression.
Jeffy!
Call me Marge Simpson because I'm in love with my homies.
I should slap Toby for that one.
Why slap fucking me?
You're closer.
Fuck you. Go to sleep!
Margaret kissed her son's forehead. She gently covered Jeff with a quilt as he watched her intently.
Wait, what did you say?
She smiled once more at him, one last time before vanishing just as quickly as had appeared, leaving Jeff with that last loving image and so many questions. Was it some kind of ghost?
Probably not.
A dream?
A dream?
Was it some kind of
Some
ghost?
spook?
A dream? Was it the feeling playing? Was it the feeling playing trick with his mind?
Yeah, are you saying that this story is a piece of cowabunga shit?
I was gonna say.
Can we please
Another
have the
game.
yard rate game and just walk in there?
Was it some kind of ghost? A dream? Was it the feeling playing trick with his mind?
Mama was playing trick on me.
Jeff didn't move.
I can't remember what I guess his father.
Peter Griffin. Hey, son. Marge Simpson and Peter Griffin are his parents.
Why not?
Well, Jeff, you killed me as worse than the time I had to drive a Winnebago to Spain.
Oh no!
Go to sleep.
Peter!
I'm an atheist. Hey, Brian, what are you doing? Hey, Peter, I'm an atheist.
Giggly, I've got one joke. I'm black.
Hey, Peter, that's a pretty nice cock.
Peter, why did you throw me down the stairs again?
Peter, you gotta let me out. No, Lois, I shut you in the walls 5 years ago. You're not still alive in there, Lois. You're playing tricks on me. Peter, you gotta let me out of the walls now, Peter. What's going on in here, Peter? I'm an atheist. Peter, let me out of the walls. I want to see our children, Peter.
His father, Peter, came in, brandishing a large metal pipe, his guts still dangling out where his son had disemboweled him. Sound, wet crack. Jeff woke up screaming, gasping. He was all right, but he was still in the house, and everything was still in place. He rolled off the couch, wiped the sweat from his face. Sound, silence.
The silence.
Wait, no, you've only done half of it. Silence.
And the sound of night.
What does that sound like? Beep, beep.
So just the sound of night then.
Yes.
Ruff.
It was,
I'm having an affair.
it was obvious that Jeff was going insane, since he was hearing the sound of silence.
Now he's gone crazy. A bold new step for Jeff and his legacy.
As he was about to head out at the crack of dawn, the phone rang.
Sound, phone ring.
The caller ID displayed the name.
Lou.
Sound. Receiver click from the phone being picked up.
Hello? Hello? Lou?
Sound. Click dial tone. Sound.
You don't say sound every time.
The phone is hung back up. Another ring of the phone.
Wait, Gemma, I don't know what that was. Was it a smell?
Receiver,
Possibly.
receiver click from being picked up. Pause.
Pog.
Hello?
Poggers.
I'm coming for you, Jeff.
Oh god, is that the James
No, is it?
voice?
I'm coming for you.
No,
Jeff.
it's Jane.
No, that's Jane.
Oh.
Jane's the
Oh, that's
Jane
right.
Lebowski.
Hang on, right, boys. Let me just work my voice acting magic.
God, your poor voice, your lungs.
Who the fuck?
Click and change to busy tone. Fade music out with fading busy signal. Scene 3, Tuesday.
Okay, I'll take it from here. Fade in with bar noise and music. Jeff sat in the darkest corner of a dimly lit biker bar.
Looking for a letter.
Like a boy from Mars.
I didn't even think of that. And that'd be the great spin-off. They get nothing done except get drunk.
Lots of arm wrestling. I don't know much about biker bars. I imagine there's a lot of arm wrestling.
And glory hole action.
Yeah. Hood over his head. He scans again. He sat, but he scans. So, is this the past or the present? He scans the small crowd that has gathered over the night. The bartender makes note of the night being slower than usual to one of the patrons of the bar. He throws a glance towards Jeff. Jeff, lost in his thoughts, continues to survey the crowd. The larger man goes over to where Jeff is sitting.
What can I get you, son?
A pitcher of bass.
Could be bass or bass, I don't know.
Pitcher
He wants
of
a
bass.
fish.
I want a fish.
Are you a fucking bear?
Shit, he's rumbled me.
Wrecks the entire place running out of there.
No,
Jeff the bear.
Jake, well, first of all, don't disperse poor bears. Second of all, if he's in a biker bar and you ask him if he's a bear...
Oh my god.
No,
yeah.
I'm a twink!
Okay, you can do this.
Just Jeff the bear going up to the McDonald's drive-through.
Now, there's no cameras. They can't see you're a bear. Just order your food.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please? Yeah, can I just get a fucking ton of salmon, please?
Can I get a...
So are you a bear?
And a bottle of...
A pitcher of bass and a bottle of Jim Beam, please. Two pair of shoes and a key.
On the rocks or just with a shot glass?
glass?
He doesn't answer.
He doesn't answer at all. Just as glass hitting the
He
table
doesn't
sick.
actually reply.
Alright, I'm gonna put it in this little dainty girly cup of theirs.
Just hit inner thoughts, so I assume this is meant to be with like an echo or something.
Focus. All of them. Not a single one of the spit they're drinking.
What?
Let me try that again.
Fuckers, all of them. Not a single one of the spit they're drinking. It's so simple. It would be so quick, meaningless.
Jeff's fingers ran across the edge of knife in the pocket of his hoodie.
Perfect, nothing wrong with that.
I'm on the edge.
The
Of
edge
knife.
of knife. A thin cut formed on his finger, the blood reminding him of his lust for the sweet sight. Phone ring.
Bring. Who? Hold on, I'll see if he's in.
I feel like, judging by the next line of dialogue, this should be Mo.
Who? Hold on, I'll see if he's in.
I'm
A man to hug and kiss!
looking for a
Come
man to
on,
hug and
just want
kiss.
a man to hug and kiss!
Phone call for Jeff. I'm looking for a Jeff.
Huge ass!
Here, don't take forever. We need this phone.
Well, who is it? Here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
No response. However,
Hello.
Jeff did find out who was calling him. the far end of the building, a beautiful woman who was wearing a blind man's sunglasses. So, sunglasses.
Or just wearing that she stole, and then, or just saying that she's stolen them from a
man's
blind man.
sunglasses.
And dressed in all black, looked over at Jeff, grinning maliciously, taunting him, her iPhone glowing in her hand. She waved at him with a that's how you know she's evil. Waved at him with a teasing smirk across her face. She left a few dollar bills on the bar counter and walked off with her phone. By the end of the evening, Jeff was in no shape to go back to his hellish home, so he stumbled out of the tavern.
Drinking fish all night.
Can I be Jane? Prostitute.
See,
Jane prostitute.
is this Jane disguised as a prostitute?
I don't know, but
Maybe
I
her
wanna be
last
the
name's prostitute.
Jane
Let me be
prostitute.
my beautiful fucking prostitute.
You
Don't
know-
take this away from me, Jacob.
You know how, like, you got lots of old medieval names like Smith or Smith?
I'm so fucking wasted.
Once inside, a beautiful woman in a red dress, leaving very little to the imagination, approached Jeff. I'm sorry, I just took the rest of that from you because I want to be the prostitute. Hey there, sweetie!
Yeah.
Why is the prostitute Sonic the Hedgehog?
I was thinking it was more like it was
Because
more
you can
like
get more job done in a night.
it was more like Sonic.
You're too slow!
I was thinking it was more like Sonic the
Oh my
Hedgehog
God,
being the
imagine getting a
Joker.
fucking hand job.
I
from
jerked
Sonic
you
the
off at
Hedgehog.
super speed, so it looked like you came at the touch of a woman. My motives are beyond your understanding, Barry. Whoa!
Hey there, sweetie. Looking for something? I think I can help you find it.
Way past cool.
That'll be 50 rings!
So we should point out the prostitute is named Jane, but it says Jane and then parentheses prostitute. So we don't know if it's a different Jane or whether this is Jane the killer disguised as a prostitute. Either way, Toby has insisted on doing the voice.
It is now Jane the Hedgehog.
Really?
Maybe I could if you have $50 on you.
Wow.
50 rings?
If you have 50, like, man, that's. I don't know what kind of neighborhood this is in, but like, if you can get anywhere for $50, like that is. That pimp is not sending out his best hose that evening, right? That is a woman where you can see the bullet holes when she
Yeah.
gets closer.
I mean, I don't, unlike Jacob, I haven't had a lot of, interactions with prostitutes, but I
And
imagine,
if
like,
anyone in this room shagged a prostitute, it's definitely you.
I haven't shagged a prostitute, but also, if I was going to go,
Kill
you know
her
what?
first.
Yeah, like, if,
No,
like, you know what?
another,
I'm
have
gonna,
another dead hooker in Matt Dixon's
Yeah.
fucking living room.
yeah, I hire the prostitutes. I don't fuck them. That's weird.
I make
You
some
just
fight.
smell like a mice some Mars from them.
Yeah.
Just-
I just dismember them and look for diamonds.
This is I've bought you 2 women for the evening. Now the agency has told me that you'll do anything. So fight to the death. I'm sorry, what? Did I stutter? Just place a hammer in the middle of the room.
Did I fucking stutter? Just like gives him 2 fucking Klingon swords.
Jeff withdrew his hands from his hoodie like a
bank
weapon,
card. He drew the cash from his hands.
which
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
which had been using to keep
No more booze for Toby.
Jeff.
Just finish that. Just finish that.
I've just got a fucking headache. I'm so done.
Jeff withdrew his hands from his hoodie, which had been using to keep them warm.
Okay, I like that he said, presumably he's drew them from his pockets. I like to imagine he just had them back in his hood. He's just been walking around like this with his pits showing.
Perhaps he just withdrew his hands and like removed them
Yeah.
from the wrist. Like,
Which had been using to keep them warm from the chilled night air. That doesn't make any sense. He placed his finger in his mouth, kinky,
big if true.
his teeth pulling the cut he had made earlier wide open. The blood on his tongue reminded him that the previous dark-haired woman had distracted him from choosing a target at the bar, reminding him that blood of this woman might just do for revenge. What? Jeff tossed the hooker a Benjamin, and they both went to his room.
It's a wrestling move. He just tossed her in a Benjamin.
He was like,
It's got on the Benjamin.
I know it's just supposed to be
Yeah.
$50.
door closing
So-
with slight moan noise
Oh.
from free sound.
I like slight.
Oh.
Just slight,
Fate-
just like,
Fade out
like the
music.
crowd's hearing the Chris Chan sigh.
Fade out
No,
music.
excuse my mother.
Fade out music to close of
That's
sequence.
dated.
3 a.m.
Oh, we're back at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's the only time Jeff can walk out is at 3 of the fucking morning.
Okay, so like, is this like? So I can't remember. Is this a different night? Of course, or did he just have like the quickest sex ever?
It's
I was
still
right.
with
The prostitute is Jane the Killer. Yeah.
The noise from the late night.
Spoilers.
Oh, you ruined it.
You ruined it, yeah. The noise from
No,
the
now we'll have to stop.
Yeah.
The noise from the late night drivers zooming past in their cars masked the final sounds of empty passion from Jeff's hotel room.
He has a hotel. Where the fuck is this prick getting money from? You don't
Also,
get you don't
who
get
rents
money
a
for
room
killing
to that
people.
guy? Wasn't he?
He referred to as the most notorious serial killer in the world.
You don't get royalties for that. You get fucking prison time.
That's not a guy that can hide. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, like,
in terms of you put a wanted poster up of Jeff the Killer.
yeah,
You're not
he's,
gonna run
he's
into
no,
a case of
once again,
mistaken identity.
worldwide
No.
notorious. For one, okay, so even if the most boring person in the world, and he was, you know, like, this is the most wanted person in the world, people are going to notice him. So he has a very distinctive look.
Although to the Joker, that is a normal face.
The woman moved herself to the edge of the bed to stand and get dressed. Jeff sat up as well, watching her from behind her back. His hoodie lay open on the covers beside him. Jeff eyed the knife, and the pale skin of the woman as she retrieved her clothing formed the floor.
Ew, the man had sex.
His mind went from
Gross.
fantasy
That's,
to...
I'm gonna be real. That's pretty cringe.
That's pretty crazy.
Sex.
Well-
that's pretty cringe,
Yeah.
boys.
Especially with a woman.
Yeah.
His mind went from fantasy to fantasy. The knife could easily slice her throat, and he could watch her fearfully choke to death on her own blood. Or perhaps he could simply slide the knife between the ribs in her back and watch as her breathing slowed to death from her own internal
I'm
bleeding.
surprised that the sexual, that post-coitally, the desire to kill is still there. Because normally after sex, you just want them to get the fuck out, right? Like,
Yes, I am.
killing is quite an intimate
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's sort of like kissing, right? You don't want to kiss after sex. You have sex with somebody, you're like, please get out. Does that just mean? Is that not normal?
No, post-nut clarity is a very real thing. Though.
Yeah, it would be it would actually be a rather interesting turn. It's like, I can, you know, I thought about killing her, but the magical's gone. I just told her to fucking leave.
But you must remember, he did just fuck Sonic the Hedgehog. So,
There Jeff was laying in the wet patch, considering his life mistakes. He's just had sex with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do if I just shagged someone. Like, I don't know how horny you'd have to be to fuck Sonic the Hedgehog.
I
don't know that I've ever been horny enough to fuck Sonic the Hedgehog.
What I
Judging
do-
by the internet, you're in the minority, Jacob.
yeah, that's
So what
very
I
true.
do is I turn around and look at him and go ask him if he... Oh God, you know...
Why is he
have
doing you
seen
from the back? Why is that part of it? Why did you have to be specific that in order to look at him you had to turn around?
So he's doing you from behind. And then when he's done, he'll be like, can you spin dash the fuck out of it?
Chili dogs.
What I was going to say was... I was like, looking at him and was like, hey, so have you watched Bigger Mice
Ow.
from Mars?
That's the third time Biker Mice from Mars. Matt, you've ruined this fucking...
Yeah.
You've ruined this.
Yeah, I've
you
ruined-
put fucking Biker Mice from Mars in this about 3 hours ago, right? And it's still here. It's still in all of our fucking brains. That stupid shit you said about fucking bringing women over and just fucking talking about Biker Mice from...
Oh, whatever.
What's my line? Is it go to sleep, mate?
Yes, it is.
Go to sleep.
He's
What?
The woman turned about to match eyes with the killer. They looked intently at one another, neither breaking the lock on each other's
Again,
eyes.
they've just had sex. Why would they look each other in the eye?
Yeah, this
It's-
is
They
really
just,
unrealistic.
They just had sex, right? This is after sex. Doesn't
Look
make
at me, we
sense.
just fucked. Matt.
I don't think that's what he's
No,
trying to
look
say.
at me! He won't look at
I
me.
don't want to look at you.
He won't look at me.
Go to...
Something was wrong. Jeff was distracted.
Yes, lover, go to sleep.
I'm so tired. Oh, that was an intense 3 minutes. Yeah.
The woman, pulling on the last of her clothing, laid a kiss on Jeff's scared mouth.
I think it's supposed to say scarred, but definitely just scared.
Jeff's world began to swim, and the things began to fade.
Thanks.
Black.
The narrator says the word black. I think it's supposed to
Fade
begin
to black?
fade black, but then no.
Scene 4. Wednesday morning. Music choice. Promise.
No,
Reprise.
don't you fucking dare be using Silent Hill music, you cunt. Go. Sorry. Go to sleep, huh?
Jeff sat up with a start, He grabbed at his jacket till he realised that it was no longer on the covers next to him. He was also no longer on the covers. Jeff glanced about in all directions.
Wait, the prostitute wasn't Jane, it was Lou.
That's some deep cover gecko operation you've got going on right there. What the fuck?
He was again fully clothed, but in the kitchen of his old home.
Revenge is a powerful thing. You know, if you're not willing to be sat in the bathroom of a hotel farting out your older brother's cum, what? Can you really say you're motivated by revenge?
Why do I picture that?
I want to know. One thing I want to know most is, Jacob, tomorrow when you sober up a bit, are you keeping that in?
Almost certainly not.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Man, fuck sober Jacob. That guy's such a buzzkill.
Oh, here we go.
Just keep drinking.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Jeff?
give me more booze.
He was again.
Do you want
yeah.
gin or fireball?
I'm gonna drink more Fireball, bro. I fucking love this stuff.
From as far as Jeff could gather, he must have been brought here again. Or the feeling was really getting to him. Was all of the other day a dream? Was he really in this house the whole time? Jeff searched for the voice that had spoken to him, exacting to see his mother again, or his decomposing father. But the voice came from a younger man, bottle in hand and covered in rags. The young man glanced up at Jeff.
Like if we had our ears up here, that'd be good.
Well, she was
It
Mickey
was-
Mouse.
Liu?
Sorry, what was that, Gemma? We'll take that again. No!
The young man glanced up at Jeff. It was Liu?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm not asking for a third take. You just have to
Now,
embarrass
Toby,
yourself.
now you know how we feel. Lou! I can't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Believe it, bro. Man, my side still hurts like a motherfucker after you stabbed me. But there is one thing you forgot. If you were to go in to stab anyone,
You should stab Mr. Hirohito so he doesn't make Silent Hill 2.
let alone your own flesh and blood, do it in a vital area. It's non-vital, dumbass.
Jeff was almost at a loss for words at
yeah.
particular.
I mean, that is pretty,
reading.
I mean, you can stab someone in an unvital area and they can still die.
This was impossible. Of everyone that Jeff had killed over the years, he could remember Leo. Leo looked at him in the eyes when he died. Jeff remembered sliding the knife between Leo's ribs. He remembered the blood on the walls from his hands as he ran out of the house. Leo didn't scream or cry. Leo just watched Jeff as he died, as if he was expecting this to happen. Jeff remembered the feeling left him completely for the last time at that point. He remembered the feeling of regret.
Lou, I'm sorry I tried to kill you. But how did you...
How did I stop myself from bleeding, you ask?
He got up, still staggering from the tequila he was drinking, lifted up his shirt and showed his brother the place on his side.
I thought he was drinking whiskey.
That we're drinking whiskey.
No, it's like they said he went and got like a bottle of Jim Beam, and I'm like,
No,
that's
but
not...
that's
That was
Jeff.
the-
Oh,
Lou, I think, is drinking tequila.
I see.
Well,
This story's fucking edgy.
Oh
while
yeah.
the mom and dad were sleeping.
Sleeping.
While mom and dad were asleep.
Okay.
While mom and dad were asleep, I went to our kitchen, turned on one of the gas burners and cauterized it. Ah, little something you learn from watching a few episodes of ER and House.
That's actually how I got my medical degree.
And some of those other medical shows that you come across that I'm not going to mention right now for reasons unknown.
I don't want anyone to know I watch Grey's Anatomy.
I was literally about to say Grey's Anatomy as well. What the fuck? It hurt like hell, but I'm all
I learned everything
right.
from Scrubs.
I love the episode of Grey's Anatomy where the doctor married the ghost.
Wait, what?
That was a real thing that happened.
Cool.
I didn't Lou.
Sorry, is this Lou talking?
Okay, so I think this is meant to be Lou talking, but it's in the stage
Yeah,
direction.
keep doing it as Jeff. It makes it weirder.
Jeff, it's all right. I knew you were just fucking with me. Remember when you kicked those guys' asses for me, lad? That's when to kill, not to kill your own brother, But it was an accident. You didn't mean to stab me. Don't worry about it.
I like the idea, like, you know, Jeff's gone, like, you know, he's talking to, like, the ghost of Lou or something like that, but he's still exonerating himself. Like, wait, I didn't say, you know, that. Yes, you did, Lou. Oh, yes, I am Lou.
It's like, oh, it's okay. It's like a split personality, like me, myself, and Ivory.
So you.
Oh, you went for me, myself, and I, as opposed to, you were playing fucking Deadly Premonitions last night. You couldn't have gone for that.
I was thinking of something shit.
Break your fucking
Yeah,
gene.
Deadly
Yeah.
Premonition works. So.
You mean the greatest game in the history of the world?
Brilliant,
He talks to a split personality in front of people.
Yes.
They don't
Oh,
react.
is that one where he goes like,
Zach,
yeah,
like,
Seth,
I don't want these people to think I'm crazy. Who are you talking to?
It's like,
yes, remember that film Godzilla?
Yeah, literally said, hey, Seth, did you ever see The Blob? Everybody's seen The Blob, Francis. Just fucking solve the murder and
it's like,
shut
Zach,
up.
Zach.
You forgive me.
Dude!
I'm so fucking high right now.
Of course I do.
I've just come back from Amsterdam.
Stop worrying, for God's sake.
I was smuggling so much drugs up my ass.
I've just realised my impression's going so downhill now.
I love that it began as like Japanese and now it just sounds like Christopher
It
Lee.
just sounds like that old Shrek. There's nothing for you to worry about. That's not even Shrek. I don't even know what the fuck this is anymore.
Yeah, that's definitely not Shrek, Toby.
Oh, so that was me doing All Star.
Dude, of course I do.
Dude! Of course I do! Stop worrying, for God's sake! There is nothing in this world that will stop loving my brother. Love
becoming
ya,
more-
buddy.
I love you too, Lou.
Wow! Hey, well, I've got things to do. I'll see you soon.
I like that. It's like Poochie. Boop, 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 boop.
I must go now.
My planet needs me.
With that, lost in what he could have said or what he could have done, Jeff stood. He met eyes with his brother again. Thoughts filled his head thousands at a time. Had his mind not broken so many years ago at Billy's party, he might have been able to make sense of them. He might have...
Just before we go any further, I guarantee that when we did the original recording, it's been a long time, but I guarantee when fucking Matt heard the word Billy, he went, Billy Mays here with a brand new product. I fucking guarantee you did that.
Can
No,
somebody,
I would have
can
been
somebody in the comments check that out?
I
See
would
if
have
he
been
did
more
that.
like Billy because it's Commando.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I know
Maybe
you just
Adventure Time.
No, it
command
would've
kids and
been
friends,
Commando.
said beer.
Billy Mays here
It's not
with
beer.
a brand new product.
The fuck is this
That's
stuff?
whiskey. That's whiskey.
It's whiskey,
that
you-
you're drinking, you fucking
tard.
dolt.
Why am I drinking whiskey on a Monday night?
I don't know. Why did you port it into your glass?
Port.
Yes.
Ports it! Yes, it
Fuck
is.
this
It
up.
actually
It's the
began,
PlayStation
it,
3
it,
port.
it began on Circuit Dreamcast. It has been ported to glass.
The Google Glass.
Yes, I can't wait for my fucking 4K port of this whiskey glass.
They said they'd do a HD remake,
What
but
is the remaster of this whiskey coming out? Oh no, that'll be when I throw it up into the toilet later.
it's the bonus features. Bits of carrot.
60 frames a second.
Oh wait, no, it came out like they just ported the the phone version.
Oh, yeah. Let's just fucking GTA it. Fuck it. Why not? What the fuck are we talking about? Where the fuck are we?
It's sort of just gonna last a little bit.
What?
Leo, it's you.
Oh, fucking no.
But you sure as hell aren't gonna love.
We stopped the recording for one fucking line? But you sure as hell aren't going to love what's in store for you, you son of a bitch!
Scene 5, Wednesday. Brackets.
Is this... Sorry, is that all the fucking scenes? Wednesday, took Jeff for a drink on Tuesday, we were making love by...
We did it like we had a whiskey drink.
Wednesday,
We had a vodka
Friday,
drink.
Right,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Then Sunday we tried to kill each other.
Yeah. And then we wrote a long fucking stage play about it.
Did you want to stop here, Jacob?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired and I'm pretty hammered, so we'll continue next time.
Yeah.
We'll
So
get
it's
this one
part
out.
one.
We'll get because that means I've actually got time to edit this and get it out in
Yeah.
time for.
And also,
Halloween.
like we've actually made we've made a fair crack for it, not halfway through.